I'm calling the meeting of the Twinsburg Board of Building and Zoning Code Appeals to order this day of February 23rd, 2022. We have roll call, please.
Mr. Brown?
Not here.
Mr. Wilner?
Here.
Mr. Kanzler?
Here.
Mr. Griffith?
Here.
Mr. Jameson?
Here.
And Council Representative?
Here. Let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag and our country. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We don't have a copy of the minutes of the last meeting and the meeting just prior to the last full meeting. We had to adjourn because of the fact that the applicant had not arrived and that we had canceled the meeting for a future date. Is the applicant here?
Yes.
Could you stand and raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, as you shall answer to God?
I do.
Okay. If you could come forward and identify yourself, your address.
My name is Josh McKenney. I live at 10242 Dayflower Drive here in Twinsburg.
And what is it that you're seeking in your variance request?
I'm looking to build a garage and specifically looking for a 7-foot variance off of the side yard.
You have a
setback.
corner lot, is that correct, sir?
Correct, yes.
And the corner lot side yard requirement is 50 feet, which creates a hardship for what you're attempting to do, is that correct?
Correct, yes.
If we don't grant the variance, what will you be able to do with the property? Will you be able to expand your garage as contemplated?
I could potentially build it differently, but I would have to build a second driveway, which I don't think would pass the homeowners association approval.
The driveway you have now is constructed, is that correct?
It is, yes.
Okay. And the storage area, do you have any contemplated use for that?
I would like to park my vehicle in it, but then in addition to that, most of the area would be used as workspace. I do a number of different projects, whether it's building furniture, working on my own home, or my in-laws' homes or friends' homes as well.
And if the variance is not granted, then the proposed use you have would be narrower by about 20 feet, is that correct?
Correct, yes.
Have you heard any objections, or have there been any objections that you've received to the requested variance you're making?
No, I spoke to a few of my neighbors, one of which had reached out today for, actually to the board for further understanding.
That's the neighbor across the street, right?
Yep, Renee, when we were picking up our kids off the bus today, she asked for like some pictures, so I showed her what I had submitted previously. And she was like, oh, okay, you know, that's what they were wondering, what the variance was, because the letter that comes out, I think, doesn't necessarily explain what I was looking to do so much. So
The standard for granting a variance is a practical difficulty or an unnecessary hardship. Any questions from the rest of the board?
I was looking at your preliminary drawing of what you plan on doing, and I think aesthetically, once it's built, it would look good in the neighborhood. And I think it's probably would up the property values with the people around you. But as what I can see, I think it's a good opportunity that you have right now if we do grant the variance, because you're on the corner lot, in part of it, it's a dead-end street, so I think it would look good over there.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Can you just explain like what's behind you? I think just so everybody kind of knows what's behind.
Oh, there's woods. It's a dead end that backs up into a number of different properties coming off of Ravenna Road.
Do you know what approximately like your next neighbor from behind you would be?
Oh, they're
distance?
they're pretty far,
Wow.
couple hundred feet at minimum.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, there's I
Yeah.
pulled up a picture, and you can see the house is here. Here's the corner, Buckthorn. Is that the name of it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's a huge wooded area
Right.
separating this property from the property behind it.
And most of the addition is off the back of the house.
Yep. Mhm.
Any other questions?
No.
You said you spoke to your neighbors. The only house I see that's really affected by this is across Buckthorn.
Mhm.
Is that the neighbor that you said you spoke?
No, that Lynn was across the street. I'm sorry, Renee was across the street. Jay and Lynn live across Buckthorn. They're very nice. We talk to them all the time. They just asked what we were looking to do, and I mentioned we were looking to build a garage, and Jay said, "Oh, I knew you were looking to build a garage."
Sure.
You know, so they were supportive.
Okay, so they're on board with, because they seem to be the only ones that would really be
Right.
aesthetically affected.
May I
And-
ask a question?
Yes.
The letter we received today, where do they live? The Wyrish, Tom?
Yep, Tom and Renee live across
they're
the Dayflower.
Dayflower, so they're not the ones across Buckthorn?
Nope.
Got it.
Yeah, they're 10243 across the street, and you're 10242.
Yep.
Got it, okay, thank you.
Is there anyone else here to speak for or against the variance requested? I would like to move that we grant the variance based on the fact that there is a practical difficulty on a corner lot with the excessive 50-foot side yard variance required, and that also the granting of the variance would not create a hardship to either neighbors across the street or on the other side of Buckthorn Drive. As a consequence, I make the motion to grant the variance. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Do we have a roll call to grant the variance as requested?
Yes. Mr. Brown,
Is absent?
Mr. Wilner,
Yes.
Mr. Kanzler,
Yes.
Mr. Griffith,
Yes.
and Mr. Jameson.
Yes.
Okay, your variance has been granted. The building department will be in touch with you. Good luck,
Thank you so much.
and thank you for appearing.
Thank you.
Do we have any other business today?
I have a question. Is there any necessity to waive the 30-day period on this one?
The only thing we haven't received from the applicant is the HOA approval, so he still needs to submit that to us. And then
Okay.
it normally would go to council.
Then, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I didn't know if at the next meeting, I need to make a motion to waive the 30 days or not. I don't know how soon you plan on starting. Have you submitted to the HOA yet?
No, I'm getting architectural drawings that I can submit to the HOA for their appearance approval.
Or their review?
And then the builder can submit everything to the building department.
Okay. Well, just let me know. I mean, we've got a month. I mean, we've got 2 weeks till the next meeting, so.
Okay.
And nothing would start with the house until probably July anyway.
So no rush then, right?
I would say no.
Yeah, there's no hurry. Okay, I just need to know that.
I'm going to ask the building department to provide the appeal number. I thought
Yes, the appeal number is 01-2022.
Correct.
Okay,
That's correct.
okay. Having said all that, we have granted the variance. Do I have any other business before the board? If not, do I have a motion to terminate the meeting?
Oh, we got to excuse Tom, right?
Okay, I'll have a motion to excuse Tom Brown.
That's why I called his name last time.
I'm gonna tell, you weren't gonna excuse me.
Roll call.
Mr. Wilner,
If we're excusing Tom,
That's correct.
yes.
Rough crowd.
Mr. Kanzler,
Yes.
Mr. Griffith,
Yes.
and Mr. Jameson.
Yeah.
Okay. May I finally have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
This
I second that.
All in favor, just say aye, please.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned until our next.